What's up, YouTube? Make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get these videos when they drop. And make sure you share these videos. What's happening with y'all? Hey, check it out. Today, I tried to reach out to Big U. I went on his posts. I went to his IG, his Instagram page, and I attempted to reach out to him. I didn't go in no derogatory manner or nothing like that. I just attempted to reach out to him, but I figured he wasn't going to respond to me. I already figured this. It's certain people he respond to. A lot of people scared to respond to me, but it's all right. It's all cool. It is what it is. But check this out, though. I truly believe that Nipsey was set up. I'm going to tell y'all why. First off, I'm going to speak on two detectives from the LAPD who were both cross-examined during the grand jury hearings. And then I'm going to dig off into Baby Girl's ass, the alleged getaway driver, if there was even a true getaway driver. Now, the first detective was asked many questions, but only a few stuck out to me. The prosecutor asked the detective questions regarding the surveillance cameras and footage, and he responded by saying that the unit he's currently assigned to, one of its major functions is to recover video, which means this is what they do. They deal in video. Okay, so in fact, that was his only mission, to examine and download camera footage from surveillance cameras from the shooting. So guess what, peoples? His location was the Shell gas station, and he dealt with 3 different cameras. One mainly being the camera that we saw the footage of Nip being killed on. He checked the Shell video first. Now that was strange to me because you would think that he would check the Marathon store footage first because it's close to where Nipsey was shot, and everyone else too. Anyways, I believe there were 21 cameras that were checked and footage collected because they had the cameras numbered, and this detective checked 3 cameras that were numbered cam 5, cam 6, and cam 21. I guess that's how they number them, when they writing the reports or whatever like that, But like I said, he had them numbered. He had them numbered cam 5, cam 6, and cam 21. We need to see all those other camera footage too, not just the one little camera that was facing Nip's store that was edited up and blurry. That was a camera that wasn't even really a part of the Shell gas station store, because the Shell gas station store got big cameras, and them cameras is securing the Shell gas station already. And that little camera that was placed on top of the big camera was pointing directly at Nip's store. So that's suspicious in itself. Now, that's the one they gave us intentionally. Anyway, also peep this out, peoples. The detective stated that the camera footage at the Shell gas station was 60 minutes slow when he reviewed it. 60 minutes slow. And that he collected about an hour and a half of video footage. So what he was actually observing was footage between 1 p.m. and 3:30 in the afternoon. This is not my words. That's his words. He stated that what he was observing was footage between 1 p.m. and 3:30 in the afternoon. He was asked if he collected footage from 3 different camera views, and he said yes, and named the cameras I mentioned earlier. This detective and the unit he's a part of at the LAPD specializes in dealing with surveillance equipment, cameras, video, downloading, and etc. Anything that deals with cameras. It's like, you starting to see the big picture, hopefully. Now, this second officer's mission was to collect footage from all of the stores at the strip mall, including the Marathon store. This gonna fuck y'all up, what he said. This gonna fuck y'all up, peoples. He stated that he wasn't able to get any video from the Marathon store or any of the other businesses except for the Master Burger. Yup. Yeah, family. This is what he said. And so there it is. The answers to everybody's questions. Nope. We won't be seeing any footage from the Marathon store. Want to know why? Because this entire situation was a hit and orchestrated by some crafty, wicked motherfuckers. Cowboy wouldn't have time to get the footage from all of the businesses before the police came, and I never thought he was involved in this shit anyway. Also, this blows out the theory that people were saying Nip had all the cameras from all the stores on one main video. Well, if so, how is that only Master Burger was the only place that the detective could get video from? That's because it fits their story. Because in the future, this will be video that they put on the news that they intentionally want us to see and go off of. Just like they did with the footage that showed Nip being killed. Now let's talk about Miss Little Sally Mae, aka the alleged getaway driver, whom I don't believe at all, and here's why. First of all, like I mentioned before, there's another reason why she's being given immunity, and it's not just because she supposedly testified, not because she supposedly testified in the grand jury against Eric Holder, aka Shitty Cuz. Her whole story was coerced and fabricated, and not by her. She was asked many questions and contradicted herself. Maybe it was purposely, or they fucked up as usual and didn't catch it. Now, she was asked how long she knew Shitty Cuz and what exactly was their relationship. Now, what I'm about to tell y'all and explain to y'all is that all of her testimony is made up. Check it out. She said that she met Shitty about 1 to 2 weeks before the shooting occurred, and that it was through her job when she was transporting. She was asked about his tattoos on his body and if they had sex. Now, all of this is significant because allegedly Shitty walked into the Master Burgers with his shirt off and wore a black bandana around his neck. See, Master Burgers again, where they could only get footage from. So conveniently. Notice that they only could get video from the Master Burger and nowhere else. The sex question came into play because she said they never had sex, then later during questioning said they did. And they asked her, has she ever seen him with his shirt off before the shooting? And she said no. Only that day, the day of the shooting. Pay attention now. She says she noticed he had gang tattoos on his body after being questioned, but stated she didn't know about gangs, but recognized the tattoo that said Hood and Rolling 60s. The detective asked her, have you ever heard about the Rolling 60s before meeting Holder? And she said no. The detective asked her, have you ever heard about the Rolling 60s Crip gang before meeting Shitty Cuz? And she said no. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking kidding me? She's supposed to be a gang member too. And she's supposed to be from LA. Allegedly, she's not from LA either. And she doesn't know about gangs except for one family member from Compton who's a blood, but he lives in Seattle now. Shitty Cuz, believe me, Shitty Cuz was set up too. And he finished. They using him as a scapegoat because of Nipsey. He finished now. Her entire story was made up, and she said what they wanted her to say in order to get immunity, just to close this case. And of course, they needed Nip out of the way too. You see, they saying Shitty went into the Master Burger with his shirt off, so she confirms it, though she also said she could barely see the front of the store and don't know if he went in or not. She's saying all kind of shit. She talking about shit happened on a Saturday when shit happened on a Sunday. Or did it happen on Saturday and she slipped up while testifying and they didn't catch that either? Remember what I said the detective stated about the video being 60 minutes slow? Which means that the video was tampered with? Yeah. That's what it means. That video was fucking tampered with. You should know this by now, because that little camera had no business being on top of that big camera. Also, she said that Shitty hopped out of the car and hollered at someone, and they stopped somewhere for 5 minutes away from the lot before he went to shoot Nip. And they had drove all the way from the other side of LA to get some chili cheese fries when they had already fucking ate, peoples. Yeah, she said this. They had already ate. So there was no reason to go to Master Burgers. And you drove all that way. Hell, you passed up many places that sold chili cheese fries along the way. See, peoples, when you work for them and cooperate and testify, they make up the story for you. So many holes in this bullshit ass story, and I want to see the paperwork on Shitty Cuz since he's an alleged snitch. Where is that at? Like I said, the marathon footage would show the truth, but they went with Master Burgers because it's not close to the shooting. And the video he collected was from inside Master Burger, which means their only focus was Shitty Cuz. Notice how her story paints a pic of a saint. She didn't gangbang. She has no family, but one member who did, but he's in Seattle now. She worked 2 jobs. She didn't know anything about rolling 60 Crips until after the shooting. Man, come on, man. Everybody that live in LA know about the city, man, about rolling 60s. In fact, even people that don't live in LA, even people that live in different parts of the world know about rolling 60 Crips. But all of a sudden, she never knew about rolling 60 Crips until after the shooting. Oh, wow, that's crazy. In trial, they probably would say he kidnapped her at gunpoint, made her drive to the store where him and Nip had an argument over being a snitch. Then he killed Nipsey, and she was afraid for her life. Watch what I tell you. Watch. The detective said he ran away and hit the alley with a revolver in his right hand with sweatpants on. So I suppose the other alleged gun didn't fall out the sweats, huh? He had time to put them motherfuckers in his sweats and all that, right? Man, this whole story is crazy. This whole fucking story is crazy. This is too much. What small revolver shoots 10 times, people? Tell me that. I want to know. Because I don't know. Maybe it's new shit out. I ain't heard of it. And I'm just baffled by that. And who the fuck did he stop and talk to? And where they stopped for 5 minutes before? So many lies. Hussle. Could Big U had been set up too? Was Big U set up too? Real talk. Big U could have been set up too. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there because as new shit come along, it's like, damn, now we got to change this from this because new shit then came to the story and all that shit. Man, you don't know what's going on now. Don't nobody know what's going on now. Real talk. How y'all feel about this? I know y'all feel just probably like I feel. A little bit motherfucking confused, But I'm not really confused as to who the big players is in this shit. I ain't confused about that. I know it's a setup. Real talk. Just let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. We got to talk about this one. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button and that notification bell. And make sure you share these videos. Man, we gonna figure this shit. We gonna figure this out. And Big U, man, respond to me. Don't bullshit. Don't play around. You be responding to everybody else. I got some shit I want to say. I want to chop it up with you straight up. Respond.